Hello there, my name is Brennan. I'm one of the co-founders of RightMessage. And in this quick video, I wanted to share with you what Shai and myself are doing with the new version of RightMessage and how you're going to benefit and love, hopefully, what we've built. So I quickly want to just tell you about the origins of RightMessage and what the first version of the product did and does. So when we first built RightMessage, we wanted to create a tool that would allow anyone to personalize their website with very minimal fuss. So they'd be able to go and say, hey, I want to make it so if a customer is back on my website, when they're looking at the homepage, instead of seeing the big buy now button at the top, they should see an upgrade button. All that meant, practically speaking, was saying if they're tagged customer in the email database and they're on our website, we just change out the content that they see in the top hero. People also wanted to go a little more nuanced and say, well, yeah, I want to do that, but I also want to make it so if somebody is in finance, they should see a finance case study on the homepage, whereas somebody who's in retail should see a retail case study. And the roadblock that we ran into pretty quickly early on was just most companies didn't have this kind of data. In their email database or their CRM, they tended to not have a lot of what's called first-party data. So this would be what industry somebody's in, their job role, what their current need is, or anything like that. A lot of companies just don't collect that. So we quickly iterated on the tool to make it so that we had a suite of widgets that you could use to capture that data. So now with the current version of RightMessage, you can go and you can put together a little survey on your site that when somebody comes to your site, they click that they're in finance, that data then gets pushed up to your email database for them. And then from here on out, when they're looking at your website, you can show finance case studies or whatever else. You can also send emails to them that are about finance, whereas somebody who's in retail might get another set of emails. So that's what we've built. And it's worked really well. And people really love it, especially the ones who really like the open-endedness of RightMessage, because we don't really impose a certain way of using it on you. You can do whatever you want with the platform, which a tinkerer like me really likes and appreciates. But it's always been a bit of a roadblock for us when it comes to explaining to somebody the value proposition of the product. So there's so much you could do with it that it made it very difficult for us to coherently explain to somebody why they should drop what they're doing and prioritize using RightMessage in their business. So we're hoping to change that with the second version of the product. So the second version of the product comes from a lot of discussions we've had with customers and non-customers alike. And it really all boils down to first-party data. So a lack of understanding of who their audience is. So the way that most of us go about building a list or building an audience is we have a website, and this website has opt-in forms. Now these might be newsletter opt-in forms or lead magnets or whatever else that you have that get people into your email list. And usually what you have about people is simply their first name and their email address, and that's pretty much it. So you can't really do much with that. You don't really know, outside of knowing you have X many thousand people on your list, it's pretty much all you know. You just know that you have a bunch of people, but you don't really know any nuance. So with the new version of RightMessage, what we're building is we're building a very easy to use platform for getting information from your audience in a way that's relevant to them, but also highly relevant to you. So let me explain what I mean by that. So imagine that you were to email a survey to your entire list, and you wanted to do something like, if they're already a customer, maybe you change the first question in that survey to be something about how happy are you as a customer. And maybe if they've been on your list for more than 6 months, you want to start off that survey with like a little balloon animation that says, hey, thanks for being such a great subscriber. How would you do that practically? Like using a tool like Typeform or something like that, how would you do that? The simple fact is you really can't easily do that at all. If you want to have any contextual anything when it comes to surveying or quizzing or whatever else your audience, you're kind of out of luck. Because most of these tools, the way they work is you send people to them. You send people to like a type form, and they fill out the form. They type in their email address. They type in their name at the end or the beginning, and they give you some data. And then you might have an integration with Typeform that takes that data and pushes it up and says, great, enrich this contact record with the favorite color we just uncovered, and so on and so forth. But it's always kind of one direction. It's always submit form, data gets pushed up. So what we're doing with RightMessage version 2 is we're building this incredibly easy to use platform that will allow you to say, either for my existing audience or my new subscribers, I want to find out who they are and what they're looking for. And that could be done as a quiz. It could be done as a simple, new subscriber survey or whatever else. And we want to make it really, really simple for you to not only set this up. So this might be simple and linear, like you just ask the same questions of everyone, or it could be pretty complex where you're routing people to different follow-up questions depending on how they answer, earlier questions, or even crazy things like if they're already on our list and they're segmented as, a marketer, we're going to then ask this question differently than we would to somebody who's more technical, or we're going to change this question out entirely. Or maybe if they came from a certain affiliate, we want to put on the welcome screen something from the affiliate who sent them, like, hey, so excited about Brennan's quiz, blah, 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 blah. Like, we want to make that really, really simple and straightforward. And that's what we've done. We've built, with this new platform, something that actually is going to remind you a lot of like building slides for a presentation, where you simply go in, you design it in such a way that perfectly matches your brand. So maybe you want extra padding here or margin there, you want a certain color border, whatever you want, you just easily set up. And then you drop in the whatever questions you want to ask. And these could be multiple choice questions, it could be a drop down, it could be open-ended like text inputs. And simply put, all of this data as we collect it is synchronized up to your email platform. So let's say somebody opts into your list. Once they opt in, you're now engaging with them with something that asks them a bit about why did they join, what are they looking for, what best describes who they are, and so on and so forth. And this gives you a tremendous wealth of information from a bird's eye view information, I should say, of your list. So who's joining your list, what do they want, how do they self-identify, and so on. But all of this data is then also used individually, because now you know that this new record in your email database, once this is struggling with that, identifies this way, and so on. So when you're doing your email marketing, you can send really specific, personalized email campaigns to them in a way you just probably can't do now. So we're building the tooling that gives you complete brand coherence, ease of use. So one struggle with the current version of RightMessage is you need to put it on your own website. You use our tool, but then you need to take what we build, put it somewhere on your website. With the new version, we realized not everyone has websites. Sounds crazy, at least to me, but not everyone these days has websites that they control. So we're gonna make it really simple for you to say, anytime anyone opts into our list, we're gonna bring them here. We're gonna find out X, Y, and Z about them. That data is going to then be synced up to their new contact record in our email platform. And now we can send really engaging emails to them. So the new version of RightMessage is meant to streamline making all of that happen. So simply go, just as, like with a tool like Typeform, it's very simple, very easy to use, stays out of your way. We're doing something just like that, that's simple to use, easily create these sophisticated or simple survey funnels or quizzes or whatever you want to call them, that collect information about your audience and gets that information to you, both on a macro level, so big picture, who's on our list, what do they want, so on and so forth, but also on a micro level. So this person is struggling with this and needs help with that. And all of that information, again, is kept in real-time synchronization with your email platform. So that's what we're so excited about. It's truly going to be, in my mind, the missing link, if you will, for email marketers. Because so many of us, we want to send the right message to the right person at the right time. Yet, how do you do that if you just know that this person's name is Bob and their email is bob@gmail.com? You can't really do that, can you? So we're giving you the information that you need to then go into your email platform and send segmented, personalized email campaigns that speak directly to somebody's needs and allow you to maximize the effectiveness of these campaigns by getting more people reading your emails, more people clicking on your purchase links, and more people buying from you. So once again, thank you. Shy and myself are so excited and thrilled that you've come along on the journey so far, and we can't wait to hear what you think of the brand new RightMessage.